Hello and welcome to today's Coffee with Craig, where we talk about all things firearms, firearms policy, politics, culture, media, you name it. We're talking about it right here on Coffee with Craig. So please take a moment, like and share the program so that your friends can know exactly where the conversation is taking place. Also, please remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on Facebook. In both cases, make sure you hit the notification button. That way, you will be notified as soon as we go live, and you can participate in the live chat as the program is going on. Also, please visit fpcgear.com. That's fpcgear.com. It is the place to go to find all sorts of cool Pro 2A swag. As you can see, we've got a lot of new designs that are available on our website, from not just the hoodies, but also in the t-shirts. And folks, these will make great Christmas gifts, because you know what the best part about it is that every dollar that you spend goes right back into the fight for right to keep and bear arms. So you can support the Second Amendment and you can look good doing it. That's fpcgear.com. All right, now, we all know that if anti-gunners had their way, or if you were to listen to them, you would swear that there is an epidemic of gun violence, or as we like to say, violence involving firearms. But they want you to believe that's huge, right? That there is a huge increase, there's a proliferation of it, and therefore we need to pass more gun laws, more laws restricting the rights of law-abiding citizens. Well, you and I know that's a bunch of hooey. And now, according to data as put forth by the Federal Bureau of Investigation, based on their 2018 crime statistics, we all know that is, in fact, complete hooey, right? Let's just take a look at some of the numbers that they have here. All right. So first of all, let's take a look at the overall murder rate. So overall number of homicides have dropped from 15,195 in 2017 to 14,123 in 2018. That is, well, I mean, that's a nice size drop. I mean, that's what would that be? Well over 10% or about 10% somewhere? Well, no, maybe not 10%. But the point is that it's a significant enough drop in the number of murders that are taking place on a national basis, right? But you wouldn't know that to have the other side tell you. But there are also some other interesting things that are going on. The overall number of people murdered with guns has dropped from 11,006 to 10,625. That's right. The overall number of people who have actually been, or number of murders that have taken place that have involved firearms has gone down dramatically. But that's not the only thing to check out. So let's dig a little bit deeper into the numbers. All right, so now let's start breaking down the types of firearms. So when you look at it, the number of handguns, the number of deaths relating to handguns is down from 7,051 to 6,603, right? Once again, the number is down, right? But let's go a step further. The number with rifles is actually down as well. It's almost a 25% drop from 497 to 290. Now, there's something I want you guys to get a hold of here in this particular thing, and I don't want you guys to miss on this, and that is take a look at the actual number of deaths shootings relating to firearms. Notice how small that number is when you compare it to the overall number of firearms that are available, or the total number of murders, right? Let's take a look at that. So according to this available information, rifles account for just 2.1% of total homicides last year. 2.1% of total homicides, right? Is that a minuscule number or what? 2.1%. And this is the number. I always throw this number out there. And now mind you, that's all rifles. That's all rifles. That's not even including the evil semi-automatic center-fire rifles that they call assault weapons. We do not call them that. I do not call them that. I'm telling you what they call them, right? 2.9% of gun homicides. So, and once again, this is a number that I've bantered around for years. 2.9% of all firearms homicides are actually Once it or basically less than 3% of all firearms homicides are rifles. Now, to put that in context, knives are used 5 times more than rifles. 5 times more than rifles, right? Hands, feet, or fists, in other words, someone is twice as likely to be killed by being punched, kicked, or strangled to death than they are being shot with a center-fire semi-automatic rifle, the evil assault weapons that they're seeking to ban. And that's the reason why I wanted to show you these numbers, because ultimately, folks, here's the deal. The attempts by those who seek to ban this commonly owned, safe weapon that is, once again, this weapon that is safe and is in common use. The efforts to ban the assault weapons, well, the numbers just don't bear out that there's a problem. The desire to institute these red flag laws, right? To institute these red flag laws so that people will lose their rights, the right to keep and bear arms. Guess what? There's not a need for them, because once again, there is no proliferation of firearm violence or violence with firearms. It just doesn't exist. Now, the problem is when I say that the other side is going to hate this, or the anti-gunners are going to hate this, is because we all know they are real quick to dance over the dead bodies of victims, of people who they've disarmed. They're real quick to dance over their bodies and whenever one of these events happens and say, look, see what I told you? We need to take away people's rights. That's always the direction that they go. But we know that that's not really what it is. Because I think if you took a look at these numbers in play, I think if you broke down where most of these homicides are taking place, they're taking place in areas that are largely controlled by anti-gun politicians, meaning they have anti-gun policies. And they're instituted by people who are involved in illegal activity. Meaning, if they're already engaged in illegal activity, why are they then going to turn around and follow the law in this particular case? There's no reason to believe that they will. Now, that's not going to daunt them. That's not going to keep them, the other side, from trying to utilize these instances, from trying to ignore these numbers. They're going to ignore them, trust me, because, well, they have to make a case why they have to take away your fundamental civil rights, because that's who they are. Anyway, folks, that's going to be it for today's Coffee with Craig. We very much appreciate you guys tuning in. We appreciate you liking and sharing the program. Telling your friends about the Firearms Policy Coalition. We are the home in the fight for civil rights. Got to use them or you're going to lose them. You guys take care.
If you like our videos, follow, subscribe, like, and share.